RARBRCRDE. Okay, what the fuck is this title? I'll skip that part. Snip. Okay, now those are just words with numbers in them. Snip, snap, sneppity, snop. Sure, let's go with that. The students sit at their desks, curious as to why a lesson by Princess Twilight herself had been so suddenly announced and organized. Twilight walks into the room. Twilight walks up to the chalkboard. Twilight grabs a piece of chalk in her magic. Then, Twilight eats the piece of chalk. The students blink.
Raspberries.
Twilight begins to explain, and she eats another piece of chalk.
So, basically, essentially, whichever way you look at it, and I have looked at it in a number of ways, and I have even looked at it upside down, which makes it look like a hook, which is a good metaphor for it. It makes no sense, and we should probably burn them, or drown them, or both.
She looks around the classroom, and the students looked at each other.
Silence!
Twilight says before they can even ask anything.
It all makes sense. Or not. I don't know. I'm not actually sure it will. To you, I mean, it makes perfect sense to me, but I don't know if it will make sense to you. It doesn't make sense to them at all. Perhaps you are them after all. Perhaps I am wrong after all. So, you have your box. And it's a nice box, isn't it? Isn't it a nice box? I don't know. I think it's a horrible box. It's empty and hollow and a failure, and it blames other boxes for it. But anyway, you have a box, and it's your box. But it's not your box. So, you put things into it, and things go into the box. And then, they put things into the box because it's their box. But it's not their box. And the box has things in it. And you know what? It's no one's box now, just like before. Because the things you put in it were empty. So, you flip the box. Now, clearly, you would expect the box to fall up, but no. You see, this is where they trick you. See, it doesn't fall up faster. No, the box explodes. It blows up into shreds and confetti. And of course, you reverse it, and you reverse the reverse box, and you get an implosion, and clearly, it fits, no? Clearly, you see it, it flips. It flips, then it flaps, and then it flops, and before you know it, boom! The world is now the box.
The students want to do many things, but Twilight's magic keeps them immobilized and silent.
Let's talk about layers. It's about layers, because they don't have layers, but it's easy to make it about layers. So, you have all these layers, and they go all into each other, and they pass through each other because they're all flat and hollow, and you end up with this mega layer that's all the layers on top of each other, and it's flat and hollow.
Twilight looks around.
Halftime break!
She yells, and all the desks break in half.
Let's continue then. So, you have a mask, and it fits everyone's face, but it's no one's face. And why would you wear it? And they put it on the news, and they put it out for sale, and you go rob a bank in it, and it's okay because it's not your face, but it's everyone's face, so it's also your face, and then you take off the mask, and guess what? There's nothing behind it. It's empty, and there's no head. Gallus,
She says, pointing at Silverstream.
I'm Silverstream.
Silverstream tentatively answers, free from Twilight's magic, for just a moment.
Well, now you're Gallus.
Twilight points at Yona.
You're Silverstream.
She points at Gallus.
You're Scootatoo.
Twilight walks up to Smolder.
You're Sunset.
She grabs the dragon's head with her magic and begins to shake it.
There's a code to all of this, you know? And it goes 41701-171. Maybe. No, maybe not.
She lets go of Sunset's head and flies towards the blackboard, then turns around. Then turns upside down. Then turns 30 degrees to her left. Scootatoo's desk is thrown out of the window.
So, you write an apology when there's nothing to apologize for, or at least you say there's nothing to apologize for, and I say it too. But you write it, unprovoked, never requested, just because you feel attacked. And in it, you lie. You try to justify what doesn't need to be justified, all for a name. And I wonder if maybe the problem is in just you. Maybe you're the one who can't accept it. Maybe you're the one who needs to find a justification, a higher cause for your actions. I hated you, but I have better things to do than poison my soul to worry about those who can't even worry about themselves. I would pity you, but I have no time left for it. That just crawls behind you. I do hate, and I do pity, but there are many, too many, and I forget that I am looking at the wrong side of things.
The blackboard snaps in two. The walls snap in two. The school snaps in two. Ponyville snaps in two. Equestria snaps in two. Reality snaps in two. Twilight walks over to the broken gears of creation as eels stare annoyed and disappointed. Twilight stares back at Twilight.
Twilight, did you break reality again?
Twilight nods back at Twilight.
I broke reality again, Twilight.
Twilight taps Twilight on the shoulder.
It's okay, Twilight. These things just happen.
Twilight waves goodbye to Twilight.
Time to fix things, Twilight.
Time is a non-existent concept in the broken reality Twilight had created, and Twilight rolls her eyes at Twilight, who should know better than to say something like that to Twilight. Twilight walks backward through the events until she reaches the desired moment. Then, Twilight walks forward.
I broke reality again, Twilight.
Twilight taps Twilight on the shoulder.
It's okay, Twilight. These things happen.
Twilight waves goodbye to Twilight.
Time to fix things, Twilight.
Time is a Wait, hold on a second. Oh, that just repeats once. Okay. Time is a non-existent concept in the broken reality Twilight had created, and Twilight rolls her eyes at Twilight, who should know better than to say something like that to Twilight. Twilight walks backwards through the events until she reaches the desired moments. Then, Twilight walks forward.
So, essentially, I'm sorry I broke the chalkboard, and I'm still convinced of my wrong opinions. I'll still be alive when you all are dead. I have duties that I need to attend to, but I choose to do this instead. Somebody help. I'm losing my head. My rhythm is poor, and the square root of 9 is 3. Scootatoo, please, when you
Redacted.
do a good job at it, I am slowly losing my mind after seeing the end of the world and that of one which I hypotenize ponies which ends with
Redacted.
and I'm still trying to get past
Redacted.
I mean, I didn't think what happened to all of the ponies, and Sparrow owes me some recognition for that thing, and I see the universe crumble and turn to dust, and I'm starting to wonder if maybe eating chalk wasn't a good idea, but I would really like to point out how.
Well, yo, legit. What the hell did I just read? Ah, shit.